Good morning. It is a chilly little September morning out here. Not bad, but I'm stuck in the house. I have a broken foot, so there ain't much I can do. So I figured I'd do some videos here, some baits I like. This one here is the Cull Shad. It's the Berkeley Cull Shad. I love this bait. I'm a fan of the mag draft. Mag draft's one of my favorite baits to throw. And this Cull Shad was the replacement for me for it. It's got a few things it does a little bit better than the mag draft that I'll explain here, but for the money, these things run about between $7 and $12. It's a great bait to own. It really is. It's a great swim bait. Catches really big fish. Pickerels love the hell out of it. Bass love the hell out of it. Fish will eat this thing from a pound on up. Will devour these things. It's a great shallow water bait. It's a good deep water bait if you weight them. It's really a good all-around swim bait. It really is. The design of the tail, I'm going to show you here how it flops. See that there? No other bait flops like that. That really is a good flop there. Now I got to fix it because, like I said, it was sitting in a box. I don't know if I said that earlier, but see how the one side tilts better? It was sitting in a tackle box. It got bent a little bit, so that's what I've got it actually out for. I'm going to boil it here and get the tail straightened up. I'm going to hang it up on a paper clip. Let it dry off. But yeah, I have them in different sizes. Obviously, I have the 6-inch here in front of it. You see the difference in size. A little bit bulk, about an ounce difference in weight. So you can still throw this on a medium heavy rod. You just got to kind of underhand chuck it. Just you kind of wind it up and throw it. You don't want to just like fling it. But you can throw these. They will fly just fine if you're fishing them. And I walk the bank and fish them. So I throw them 40, 50 feet. They fly just fine. I suggest, due to the fact of how they run, the mag draft is really notorious for it, more so than this one. That if you run the mag draft at the wrong speed, the mag draft will start to keel over on you. It'll start flipping on its side. This bait doesn't do it as bad. The bigger bait I've had an issue with here, that's why my buddy gave me this one. Actually, it was given to me. I took the weight tub. He had a couple weights in the nose. I took it out. You see where I cut it there and re-glued it. You push one in there and couldn't get it back out. So I got it running, reel a little bit slower, and it runs just fine. The 6-inch ones I've had no issues with. They run just fine for me. You can run them a little faster than the mag draft. That's what I love about them. The hookup system, this hookup here with the clip is much better than their magnet. The magnets come out at my mag draft. As soon as I used it a half hour and the magnet was gone. And the eyeballs were gone. So, that tells you, it doesn't matter what it is. And the mag drafts are $20 versus $7 to $11 on these guys. I think you can get these as low as $7. So it's really a good deal. They come in a lot of basic colors, a lot of HD colors. Well, they have like an HD pattern bluegill. They got an HD pattern perch, I think. A lot of good baits. I think this is actually an HP color too. I think this is a dirty shad or something. But yeah, I love the honeycomb tail. Makes them, like I said, I showed you here, they flop over. So they run really good. They got a nice wobble to them. When they swim to the water, they just kind of go whoop, 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 whoop. Great bait, great bait. Catch a lot of fish. I've gotten some big pickerel on this thing. I've gotten some small bass on it. I'm in New Jersey, so I'm not going to get no 6, 8 pounders on this on a consistent basis. So you're going to get a 5 to 6, 7 pounder. You're going to get one a season. So fishing these, I will get less bites. But they're usually a little bit better fish when I get hit. And I love that. If I want to catch little fish, I can throw Ned rigs all day and catch the 1 pounders that I catch on everything else. So this is a great bait for the money. It runs pretty good. It's very durable bait. Pickerels will tear them up, but like I said, you can heat them up like I did. You can't even barely tell that I heated up with a butane torch to seal it back up. But yeah, I cut it open, the whole nose open, to find where that weight was, and I didn't find the weight, but he said it was in there, but cut it open to check, and I got down to the harness and it was fine. Glued it back up, melted it back up, it's just fine. But yeah, great bait for the money. If you want to get into swim baits, this is the way I would go. These are good in the winter, especially in the winter, because these wobble really slow. The fact that the water's really cold, like here in New Jersey, that honeycomb tail flops no matter what. I mean, it barely slows down in the winter. It can be frigid, and that tail will still kick. And you can fish them really slow, so they're good for really shallow water. If you're in lakes, I have a couple lakes I fish these in that have trout stockings in them. That's what this big dude here is really for. When they're eating those trout after a good trout stocking, I'll throw this around. 6 inch works just as well, but yeah, it's a great bait for that. Rod and reel wise, I would stick with you get this 8 inch, you're gonna, a little heavier rod if you got one, it's fine. Like I said, 7.5, 7.3 heavy, medium heavy we'll throw this, but like I said, you got to kind of lob it underneath. It's like throwing a 10-ounce bait on a big rod. You still lob them kind of underneath, an overhead cast them. It'll do it. The 6 inch one's no problem. 7.3, medium heavy, 15 to 20 pound test, whatever you want to use. I use 20 on this one. 15 to 17 on this dude here works just fine. You can go 14 to 12 if you really want. You got pickerels, go a little higher. Like that's why I fish the 17 and 20, is because the pickerels will cut the line. Rarely will they do it. They'd have to really inhale the whole bait. The treble hook, when it pops loose from the setup here, pickerels grab that, and that's all they got. I mean, I got a 3.5 pound pickerel here this last year at Birch Grove, and all he had was this here, and he inhaled it. So that hook was way down, and this was hanging out, not a problem with it. So yeah, it's a good bait, good all around bait. If you can pick them up, Berkeley sells them. Berkeley's made a great bait here. The hooks are sticky ass sharp. I love like I said, the belly, the hook goes into the belly here. I'm trying to do this one-handed, and then that clip locks it in. You'll hear it. See it clip? And that's what gets it running, just like that. Comes out really easy when the bass grab it. They come in all different colors, different sizes. They actually now have the Cull Shads without the harness, so you can use a weedless Swimbait hook. I'm sorry, not a weedless, a screw lock Swimbait hook. You can use weighted, non-weighted, but you can do however you want. But yeah, it's a great bait for the money. For the cost, awesome bait. I mean, if you want to get into swim baits, this is one way to do it. It's fairly cheap. You get a couple of these guys, you fish them, and they will get you some big grumpy fish, and they will produce fish. A 6 inch one up top catches everything. So you'll not get as many fish usually, but you'll get some nice quality fish. So if you get a chance, pick up a couple Cull Shad. To me, great bait. All around awesome bait. And definitely, if you're a mag draft guy, give these a shot, because I think they're actually better than the mag draft. I like the mag draft, don't get me wrong, I have a bunch. But I've fallen in love with this Berkeley Cull Shad. So I'll see you out on the water.